Welcome back, everybody, to the Sharpshooter Sports Talk. I am your humble and gracious host, Mr. Brinsky Sharp, on the ones, the twos, the threes, the fours, and the fives, and the six. Appreciate everybody up in the house today, man. We are up in here talking some more football. Even though the season is over, nice little recap show, man. Had the national championship recap show on Monday. Shout out to everybody that came. John was one of the people, and I was sleepy as hell even doing that.
Bro.
uh, but yeah, man, y'all should love this show tonight, man. We talking about everything from the season, what you guys enjoyed, and everything, what you didn't like, what team was projected, what player was projected to be that guy and wasn't that guy, everything and everything. So, man, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Please, that's all I think. Wipe your feet before you come in somebody's house. Just hit that like and subscribe button. But of course, I got to introduce the guys first off, so y'all can see it. The man with the best, with the best background of us all, man. Alabama paraphernalia everywhere. Recruiting expert, future insider. Whether he like it or not, ladies and gentlemen, y'all show your love to our brother and friend, Mr. Jonathan Lewis.
Appreciate it, fellas. Yeah, always a good time to talk some football. Same thing with Coach Shawn. Thanks for the invite, Brinsky's. I can barely talk here. And obviously everybody in that comment section. Always a good time.
Oh, yeah, man. And y'all already know, man, Mr. Purple Rain himself, Mr. Alabama A&M himself. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know, former running back and graduate. Man, y'all show your love for the most underrated person on these YouTube streets. Gonna tell it like it is, whether you like it or not. Y'all already know who he is. Our brother, our friend, our dog, Coach Shawn.
Much love to my broskis, hottest show in the planet, my brother Brinsky, and the best background you gonna find in YouTube, bro. I mean, pleasure. It's all pleasure.
A bunch of foosball. A bunch of foosball. Ladies and gentlemen, that was it, man. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Please share it to whoever and whenever. Just let them know, man, we are online. We are online to talk some football or whatever. So it's pretty much whatever y'all want to talk about. But of course, I got to shout out everybody in the chat. Anitra, good to see you. Good to see you. Kim, always good to see y'all, man. Always good. Jeremy, what's going on, man? Good to see you up in here. Latoya, what's going on? What's going on? Mimi up in the house. What's going on? Eric D up in the house. Bobby Sprinkles up in the house. Bobby is one of the main reasons why I made the show tonight, because he asked me on Piano Man. So what's going when next time we're going on, man? I said, you know what? I kind of want to do something. So shout out to Bobby Sprinkles. Who else in here?
Bishop.
Roll Tide Rise Up. What's going on with you? Who else?
Anitra.
Ephraim up in the building. Ephraim up in the building. Bell up in here.
Bell.
Tough as nails up in here.
Yeah. Big Bishop in here too.
Oh yeah. I was strolling down my bag. The White up in here.
The White.
I know Bishop want to come up here, man, talk what he like over the season. Our good brother Bishop, of course. Yeah, man, that's everybody, and I know everybody else gonna fall through in here whenever they can in the comment. So, like I said, Bishop, if you want me to see the link, I'll put the link in the chat. But yeah, man, this past season, of course, we got our national champions, the Indiana Hoosiers. I'm not even gonna start right there. It's just like, man, I don't know where to start. With players and team. John, you know what? I'll let you start us off. Wherever you talk about.
Well, you know where I'm going to start. If I'm going to start somewhere, it's going to be with recruiting or transfer portal. So, I mean, I guess that's where I'll take it. This is going to be a storyline that we're going to have to follow and talk about for the next couple months, all the way to this upcoming season, starting in September or whenever the hell the first game is supposed to start. I haven't even looked at the date, to be completely honest with you. The importance of the Derek Nix being recruited to this Alabama football team has made its impact as of today once again. So Derek Nix wasted no time at Alabama going after certain players, right? The whole you need to be over 6'2" and have a 215-pound body frame and all this, by the way, has been completely wiped out the window for Alabama receivers. That was Jamarcus Shepard's MO. Derek Nix has came in, he has made his home, and he has made his statement. There's no doubt about that. Offering 2027 wide receiver recruit Trayvon Hall was the very first indicator of that. Being in the backyard, by the way, playing at Central, right? Being under 6 foot, laser, right? Great route runner, things like that. When the dude has the ball in space, cannot be tackled. I don't know if you guys have seen film on Trayvon Hall. If you haven't, you need to see it. Then, as of today, goes out and gets 2026 wide receiver Aubrey Walker in Moody, which is basically right next to Birmingham. I guess it's in between actually me at Anniston and Birmingham. My brother actually went to school there at one point. But it goes out and gets Aubrey Walker, who's once again, let me bring up his exact specs because I don't want people saying I'm wrong here. 5'10", 170 pounds, runs like a 4.33 or something crazy like that. A burner, can run some routes. But what I love about what Derek Nix is doing, he's not just going out and getting fast guys. He's going out and getting fast guys that are great in open space. They know how to use their speed. They're just not burners running go routes or whatever the hell you want to call it, and just hoping to out athlete, which I love using that from you, Coach Shawn, by the way, when we were making that that Woody Gibson video. He doesn't just out athlete people. That's what I look for now. It's like, are they just out better athletes, or are they actually using technique, right, to get open and do these things? I think Derek Nix is starting to change the look of this Alabama, especially wide receiver room, very quickly. I think the reason why we're taking our time bringing in a tight ends coach is because Derek Nix, once again, he taught running backs, tight ends, and wide receivers. Keep that in the back of your mind. I think Derek Nix may be the hire that have really pushed this Alabama team. I'm hoping to that next step. In other words, we're not just competing to get into the playoffs to get our asses drugged in the field like we did, including the SEC championship game against Georgia, including the Florida State game. I think this guy's going to possibly push us over the top, and if we can get more guys like him inside that building, I believe we can change it, not just the look of this team, but the culture of this team. We need those Ruben Fosters. We need guys smoking cigarettes on the sideline. We need something sideways going on. We need people punching people in the face. I don't know what it's going to look like. We need those dudes, right? So I'll just start off with that. I think Derek Nix is going to be a talking point this whole entire offseason. If you're an Alabama fan, get used to hearing the name.
That's what I said, man. Derek Nix. And that's why I made a video on him, man. I believe he's going to be the best hire, man. The best hire over this whole cycle, no matter position coach, head coach, and all that stuff. So, man, of course, that's always good. Y'all already know who jumped up in here. Our good brother and friend, Oklahoma brethren. Bishop, what's going on, man?
Man, what's shaking? What's shaking? What's good for this gumbo tonight, you guys?
Well, man, just talking over the season, man, no matter what it is, no matter what team. Yeah, if you want to talk about Maryland, which none of us know nothing about no damn Maryland.
Hang on a minute.
Hey, big shout out to Ebony, man. She in the chat. Big shout out to Ebony.
Yeah, big shout out.
Big shout out to Ebony, my sister, my baby, my partner. Big shout out to Noah. You know what I'm saying? Even shout out to Will. Shout out to their whole family, man. You know what I mean? We're gonna follow Noah from here on out.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Point blank period, man. Point blank period.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
No doubt.
With love, man. I don't know how the hell I missed that.
Yeah, big salute to them. Big salute.
Facts,
what I will say is that man, I'm so glad we got Nagy. Because gee, my netty. He just broke something down, and he had to do retention on 80 players.
That's wild.
80.
80's wild.
And he said, that's not including the freshmen. If he had to do the freshmen, it's 107.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know, our roster, Bishop, just got over 80 players at Alabama. We were in the 60s at one point. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah.
60s.
But that's why I tell folks, do not disregard a general manager and his staff. What they can take off of your head coach, where the coaches can just stay focused, and when the recruit come in, the general manager and his staff can do all the head work, so where you can watch 15 minutes of film and be able to know where you're at on recruitment. It's head and shoulders above. I'm big salute to him because he's a forerunner. I don't know how we lucked up in getting him, but big salute. But to move on to recruiting is a different animal, bro. Oh, it's 24/7, and I will say this is that we got to do better as the leading family members. We got to make sure our children and those who are connected to them have enough information to get them started. Because a lot of them, I'm finding out when they're in the 9th grade, haven't signed up with NCAA.
Yep.
You got to do that in the 7th grade. Yep. And so you're behind the evolution wheel, because the simple fact is, I think a lot of times where we're losing and we're only getting 2-star, 3 stars, and 1 stars is because I don't think we didn't know how to get them there, but now we're starting to get some parameters and some things moving. We can start understanding there's a lot of kids that slip through the cracks, that they have the ability, but they just don't have the know-how, or they have never given the actual vehicle to do so.
I know y'all talking about recruiting and everything, but what is y'all favorite moments from the season, man? What y'all love the most? What's your favorite game? What's your favorite game with your favorite players? Somebody that shine, somebody that didn't over, somebody that achieved something this year that you didn't expect to achieve.
Well, it had to be my kicker, my short kicker, with his shorts going into Neyland Stadium and setting a record on somebody else's field.
Bro, look, as an Alabama fan, and I know this can reverberate really well with Coach Shawn, even though LSU is my most hated team personally. But I'd be damned if I passed up Xavier Brown taking that 99-yarder from Tennessee to the house.
That was mine. Facts.
Like, I had no way I'm picking something over that. Are you serious? Over Tennessee? Yeah. I took that all day long.
You top mine. You.
Well, I mean, but it's all personal. It's all subjective, Bishop. There's not a better one. It's all subjective, man. It's all, it makes the feel goods inside make you feel good, man. The fact that I had my apartment door open in Tuscaloosa and I could hear the crowd that's almost a mile away is insane. I was like, yeah, that's different right there.
That's real different.
And Bryant Denny's not that loud. I think we all can agree on that. It's been to Bryant Denny. So it was nice to hear that. You know what I mean? Like that come back to life moment, essentially. Like, yeah, we got up for the Georgia game. What was it, last year? That was great. Like, you know what I mean? It was super loud. But when you talk about, against Tennessee, on top of that, icing on the cake. Sorry, Coach Shawn.
No, that was you are 1,000,000,000% correct. That was my personal favorite moment of the entire season. It wasn't beating Georgia in Georgia. I think that was the best feat they accomplished as a team. But as far as moment, is definitely when Xavier took it to the house, that, against Tennessee. I think that was the most electric moment that we had. But for me, man, if I'm talking about, what did I see during the season, I mean, for me, it was just a lot of ups and downs, man. It was a lot of ups and downs, a lot of highs, a lot of lows, more lows than I would like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of improvement for next season. A lot of things that I want to see done with this team. I found out a lot about this team, I really did. The Indiana game taught me something that I thought I knew. I wasn't quite sure. But he really showed me in the Indiana game that my fears were correct. I learned some things. You know how you see things during the season when you're watching your football team, not necessarily as a fan, but as to see if what deficiencies that you think are deficiencies that you're not sure are deficiencies.
Yeah.
And I found out a lot about this team down the stretch, man. You know, they did some really, really good things. And we let some things slip away from us. You know, I don't think Kane Womack is a man coverage type coach. I don't think we play man. I figured we didn't play man very well. It just, you know, in the Missouri game, it's really, really hit me like this team don't play man very well. This team has no QB. Why are we zoning them to death like that? Why? Like, why? So I found out why. You know, it wasn't that the scheme was bad. We just don't have the personnel to play man coverage consistently against better teams. This is facts. The corners that we have are really, really good, solid pro corners one day. But these dudes are not man guys. They're not. A lot of improper tackling, a lot of improper run fits, a lot of cover one robber. I just found out. I found out some stuff that I was afraid of, but I saw it. It got exploited, and we couldn't do nothing about it. You know, so you know, I think it's a learning experience for Coach DeBoer as well. I think he's, you know, as great a coach as he is, I think he'd be hard pressed to tell you this is probably the most competition he's faced from week to week in his entire career. I think a lot of times his facial expression showed it. You know, I think he'll get better, man. I think he'll get better. He has to get better. There's no question about it. You know, the season just taught me that Alabama's kind of right where I thought we was. I think all of us said about 9-3, 10-2-ish. You know, they kind of right where we just had to pick which teams it was going to be. They were kind of right where we expected them to be. I'm of course, you're never satisfied losing by 30 plus points. But at the same time, the record was kind of what I thought it would be. You know, it's kind of right there. So moving forward, we'll see what happens. It's a lot of things I could say about the portal, a lot of things I could say about what I'm satisfied with and what I'm not satisfied with. At the end of the day, I'm just happy that we got bodies to practice right now. I've moved on from the players that are gone. I'm trying to embrace the players that are here and what type of script they're trying to put together. The season will be here before you know it. April will be here before you know it. And I guess we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, man. For me, it ain't even necessarily our team that I was looking at, man. Just seeing certain guys come step up in their first year, like Malachi Tony, guys that you seeing recruiting. You seeing these 707s, you hear the whispers about this player. I'm like, damn, why is he not ranked so high? Of course, doesn't go to a lot of camps, which I learned over time with John and Coach Shawn and all them. Reason why a lot of these kids had these rankings, unless you just pop off the damn scale or whatnot, and they just find you. But it's not so many recruiting sites, and the old model, shout out to John, needs to be updated for real. But like guys like Malachi Tony just popping off the screen. Of course, Ruben Bain, man, I was high on him since he was in high school. And to see what he put on this year, and hopefully that he falls to my Commanders, I am praying and hoping. Everything that is projected to him coming to our team. But I think one of my favorite moments, I'm trying not to pick us for anything right now, just like fun. I can do that all day, of course. But I think one of the best moments how I felt all year was I'd use one of them for us is when we played Auburn and was down 4th and 2, and Coach DeBoer just said, F it, let's go for it. I was like, oh, okay, F it, let's do it. And shout out to Isaiah Horton getting his third touchdown that game. That was crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. It threw me off. I thought we was kick the field goal. We're gonna have to play defense, and he just went for it. That let me know, man, he has the you know what to do these kind of things in those type of moments. Sometimes it got him in trouble, but that moment it didn't. So definitely shout out to them, man.
Yeah. Hey, can I add something?
Go ahead.
Us being Oklahoma, the truth of the matter after last year, we really didn't have a clue what we were going to truly be. We always have hopium, but because we're in the SEC and you guys held our feet to the fire, we found out that there was a different level we could go. And we're actually thankful for that, because in the Big 12, we just gotten so mundane. So now being in this conference, each and every week, everybody wants to pound the flesh. And it's called a gauntlet for a reason. And I'm thankful. Even if we lost to you in the playoff, that playoff game was electric. It was second to none. And I'm just thankful to get able to see that game, see both teams, and get a glimpse of what the level of the SEC is going forward. No longer can you just expect to do 9-3, 10-2, 11-1. You're gonna have to, each and every week, you're gonna have to make sure you get in that phone booth and you need to do what you need to do. But the bottom line is in that fourth quarter, the start of the fourth quarter, to see 50 Cent come out, and for a minute, I forgot there was a game going on, and I saw both teams out there dancing and whatnot. It just reminded me, dang, these young fellas are enjoying life, and I'm just glad they had this moment, because a lot of people don't understand. There's a lot of pressure on these young fellas, and to have just that brief moment. And then we got back to playing the game, and you guys finished it out. But if nothing else, we found out where we're at and what we need to answer. And that's the best thing to be, is being able to have something you can answer, so you no longer hold to a certain standard. And that I'm thankful for that.
No doubt. Brinsky, I want to address 4 things, because I'm not letting Alabama off the hook this season. I'm not letting this coaching staff off the hook this easy. I hate it, because I don't like to talk negatively all the time, right? But I feel like I've been propping them up a little bit more, and speaking more positive. But at the end of the day, if we're talking about this season and what we've seen, I'm going to combine the past 2 seasons. I'm going to say, since Kalen DeBoer has been there, where the hell's the physicality? What Indiana done to us was embarrassing. Right? To sit there and think, and it's not because it's a bunch of 3 stars. I don't care about that. It makes no difference if it's a 0-star or a 5-star. You got drugged down the field. You literally made a team quit. The things that we did back in the day are being done to us directly right now. The physicality is not, I'm sorry, you have to create that standard as a coaching staff to some degree. And we know if we have the physicality, what will that bring? Some type of run game. 2 years in a row. You take Jalen Milroe out of the situation last year, by the way, there is no run game.
That's right.
Sorry, it doesn't exist. Right? So there goes 85% of your run game. It's gone. We got to have some sort of run game. If there's anything that these past 3 years of the Big Ten winning the national championship, it's proven one thing. Physicality in the trenches and a run game is not optional. You have to do it, right? So that's how we're getting beat, plain and simple. The third thing I want to go to is we have to play good in all 3 phases of the game, because it seems like we'll play good on offense one game, and all of a sudden the defense will lack a little bit, and the special teams falls apart, can't hit field goals, 30-yard punts, 29-yard punt exactly in a playoff game against Indiana. Like, we have to get back to, just being a good football team all around, right? It seems like the inconsistency is just, it's been there all year. And I'll be damned if you're going to sit there and tell me that we've improved on the O-line since Kalen DeBoer showed up there. I'm sorry. You're going to have to point to a number and show me something, because it has not improved, in my opinion. Ryan Williams, I get the sophomore slump. I get that. Show me a wide receiver that's improved. Jeremy Bernard, in my opinion, was a dog when he got to Alabama. Parker Brailsford was a dog when he got to Alabama. These guys, Nikhai Hill-Green was a dog when he got to Alabama. Like, a lot of the dudes that came about and showed their face were already there. And people want to give DeBoer credit. You know what I'm saying? These kids are getting developed. And I'm like, where? Like, show me the improvement. Because look, it's like you say, Coach Shawn, give me the facts.
It's facts.
If you put it in front of my face, I'll give it to you. But I'll be damned with, like, if you're going to sit there and tell me that I'm not going to sunshine it and say that the team's improving and we're looking better. No, we just got rid of like 50% of our roster. We're bringing in all new people, hoping they gel together. And essentially, we're hoping for a Dion style year when he brought in Shador and Shiloh and all those kids to Colorado. You know what I mean? And then they go 9 games. And so essentially, we're going to have to hope that's what's going to look like at Alabama next year. Because if it doesn't look that way and we don't go to the playoffs, we lose 4 games, which is not, by the way, out of question, in my opinion, depending on what this year and how everything gels, we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff this coming season. And it's probably going to be changes coming about. So I know I get it. I liked what Ty Simpson done this year, but I have a lot of problems with what happened this year and last year. Why the hell was Ty Simpson celebrated for going to the NFL for turning down money when Jalen Milroe did it last year, but nobody celebrated that? So there is so much wrong with the past 2 seasons, right, that nobody's wanting to talk about it because it seems like they're skirting around it and afraid of being politically incorrect. Somebody's got to say it.
I will.
Oh, I know you will. I know people on this panel will. But when you go out there, and I'm not calling out names, because that's not who I am. But look, they know who they are, who skirt around these things. Like I said, it's nobody in particular, but there's too many content creators or analysts on ESPN or anybody to say anything. But to some degree, you got to hold your damn foot to the fire, right? So I can handle losing 3 games in a season. I can't handle losing 3 games and getting drugged down the field because we have no physicality. We can't run the ball. And your excuse is, well, our secondary looks pretty good. Get the hell out of here. We're not going to win a national championship because our secondary looks pretty good. Or we have everything leaning on the quarterback. Put Keelan Russell in the exact same situation this year. The results aren't going to be much different. I don't care how good he is. He can't do everything. Something's got to change.
I think you are 1 billion times 1,000,000,000% correct. I mean, you know, I just hadn't really, for me, you know, the truth is in the details for me. You know, I'm not the kind of person that's, you know, whether I'm wrong or right, I'll accept being wrong. I keep telling you, I don't mind being wrong. Being wrong gives me an opportunity to learn and be correct next time. I'm cool with being wrong. I damn near appreciate being wrong. But sometimes when you're right, you don't have to say you're right. You just, you know, your eyes may tell you something different. I sat on this panel for 13, 14 weeks and said the same damn thing.
Yeah.
Right. I had people in my inbox ask me why was I negative, calling just all kind of like his pee-wee football or something. Like, bro, you know, because this dude used to play at Bama, so he say this. Man, you can tell them that. You can tell them that. You know what I mean? You can't, you know. One thing about this game that we all love, it won't lie to you. This is not basketball where you can have one great guy and 4 and still win 20 games. No, this game here will show you who you are. You are what your record says you are. Thank you, G, Bama boy. The tape doesn't lie. Bishop been telling you that. Coach Carr been telling you that. B. Sharp been telling you that. John been telling you that. I've been telling you that. You know, I'm a Bama fan, bro. But I'm not a Bama fanatic where I'm going to sit on this panel and tell you a lie just because it sounds good and I don't want you to panic and think nothing. I'm just me saying this. I'm with John. I don't see nothing we doing that's going to translate. Bro. You know, we getting bodies and I appreciate that. And I'm thankful to God. The tackle from Mississippi State, he played some. But when you look at our team as a whole, it's a lot of things to me I'm super dissatisfied with. Super. But I could give you a whole list of that, but this is not what the show about. What I'm saying is, while other teams are getting better, I don't think Alabama's getting better. I just don't. That's just me. I don't. And somebody else could tell me, yes, they are. We're gonna see. Here's the thing about football: you can't run from it. You can't patch it up. You know. Maybe if you play Mercer and and Hubba Bubba University and Teriyaki Tech and all that. Yeah, you can cover it up. But as soon as Georgia rolling here, we're going to see.
Yep.
We're going to see, right? The bottom line is Alabama, and this is some truth for you, right? Alabama had the worst running game it's had in 50 years this year, right? And if you go back 2 years, they've had two of the worst running games that we've ever had in the history of the school, right? This is facts I'm giving you. This is not opinions. This is not, oh, you're a hater. No, this is me telling you about your favorite team. I appreciate Indiana. I celebrate Indiana because that is how you play this game of football. This game of football is not a ballet dance, right? You can do the ballet thing and the Baylor and throw it all over the field, and you'll beat a few teams who's terrible, who was too damn highly ranked and had you thinking you was good, right? From the South Carolina game, I said this team was in trouble. I said that. I meant that. And when I meant in trouble, I didn't mean in trouble to lose the next 8 games. I mean the teams with the better players, the teams with the better competition is going to give this team problems. Why? You cannot run the football. Will not run the football, right? The blocking scheme is absolutely horrendous, right? You switching out offensive linemen every other 3-4 series is the most ridiculous thing that late in the season I've ever seen in any facet of football in my entire life, right? No coaches got fired. No coaches got replaced. No upgrades on the staff, right? So we'll see. So you saying this kid here going to be better than Caden? Let's see. This kid here who was getting pushed down the depth chart at said school, we pick him up. He going to be better than such and such. We'll see. This kid going to be better. We will see. And I'm praying that you're right because I don't see it right now. I don't see it right now.
1,000%.
So we gonna see, bro. We gonna see. My eyes don't lie to me, right? And I'll stay with that. I I love everybody. I had some of my friends talking about this is when we a delusional fan base. This is when I had some of my Bama friends telling me I'm pulling for Indiana. I feel good. They dropped 50 on Oregon, so I feel good. You feel good, bro? They beat Alabama worse than they beat Oregon, right? Oregon scored 22 points on this team. They just scored 56. You didn't even score a touchdown. They beat you 30-something to 3, bro. That's worse. That's worse, right? Oregon was scoring on the squad. I don't care what they got beat by. Indiana had to dig deep late in the game and put a couple more scores on like a great team does. Alabama didn't even cross the goal line, not one time in the entire game. Barely crossed the 50. So, no, bro, that don't make me feel no better because they beat Oregon. That makes me feel worse because I understand what Indiana looks like in the trenches. I'm not one of these people that think because they're old, that's why they won. Everybody trying to tell themselves that to soothe them. They're 24. What you think a senior is when a freshman come in? What you think a fifth-year senior or a redshirt freshman who played through as a senior, what you think that is to a freshman? 18 to 23, 17 to 23. Like, fans be telling them, oh, no, that's not why they beat you. That's not why they beat us. They beat us because these kids were well coached. They all understood how to play college football coming from smaller programs, right? Regardless if you go to James Madison, Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Mercer, it doesn't matter. These kids have been in a college practice, college weight room, college nutrition program, right? They understand how to play college football as opposed to the 5-star freshman who's coming from high school. I don't give a damn if you're a 12-star freshman. You ain't never played college football in your life, right? Yeah. Do y'all understand Derrick Henry was the most greatest specimen I've ever seen outside of Julio in high school? Derrick Henry couldn't pass block better than anybody in the chat right now. Never had to do it in high school. I never had to do it in high pass block. What is that? I gotta block people? We never understood that in high school. Ask EJ Crow about blocking somebody. Never had to do it at Jackson, right? When he gets in this university, block hot routes out of the pass game. It's so much. Your playbook go from that to about that damn thick. You got to do so much different things in college. It's not just running the football, man. It's so much more, right? That will keep you off the field if you don't learn it. So you take your 5-star freshman, right? Who you think can start because he was a 5-star, right? You think he good because he was a 5-star in high school. You take this 2-star kid from a little small school who's been in college and understand what comes with being in college, right? Dominated the small school. Now you're going to bump up to Indiana. It's still football to him. Nothing different. Well, you go get you a whole team full of them. It's not about them being older. It's about them being more experienced as far as college football, right? And you see the difference. You see the difference in a team that want to play 7-on-7 and passy. And you see a team that want to line up and run the ball 51 times. We got to fix that, brother. We got to fix that. There has been no physicality in Alabama's offense for two seasons, right? Under two different coordinators, right? Under Ryan Grubb and the guy from last year, Nick Sheridan. What is the common denominator here? Alabama's football team has been as weak as it been in 2 years that I've ever seen them, right? I don't care about going to Georgia winning in the beginning of the season if you're going to turn around and get your ass flipped like you did in the SEC championship. They ran over Alabama. They ran over them, right? Whipped them in the trenches, whipped them on the back end. You know what I mean? It was so bad against Indiana. We kept switching from zone to man, trying to find something that worked. We was getting our ass roasted like hush puppies in both defenses. We couldn't play man. They was running by Xavier like he had cement shoes. They was running by Dijon Lee and actually picked on him several times.
Yes.
Like he had on cement shoes. I'd have done the same thing. It's not that they're bad players, right? These coaches, while you're on Twitter talking, you need to be developing these kids instead of talking about the ones that left. Developing these kids, right? Getting them better in playing man coverage. Understanding like Coach Al says it all the time, you are what you rep. The running game was as worse as I've seen at Alabama. It was almost embarrassing, right? And Coach Signetti knew it. We wouldn't have beat Miami. We wouldn't have beat Indiana. We wouldn't have beat Oregon. We wouldn't have beat none of them schools, man, because we had an imbalanced football team, right? You got to work on that. You got to go back to the drawing board, get this West Coast Mike Leach passing stuff out of your system, right? You got to understand in this league, in the big boy leagues, you got to run the football to become physical, right? You run the ball to throw it, right? And the bottom line, this season, the Big Ten was better than the SEC. They whipped our asses. Ain't nothing we could say. They whipped us in the bowl games. They won another national championship. They were a better conference than the SEC. You can lie to yourself all you want. The tape don't lie. That's just the trade-off truth.
You know, we've lost the I don't know. Like there's so much to take, in my opinion, from this season, and there were some positives, in my opinion, for this season. You know what I mean? So, but like you said, and like we've all been saying, like it is about the way you lose sometimes, right? So, and I think that's what a lot of it, the frustration boils over to. And from a fan that's never coached, I don't look at a football game and go, oh, the left tackle isn't kick sliding fast enough. That's why he got beat. As a fan, like I understand a little bit of that now, but I don't watch from that perspective. I watch from a perspective of our left tackle got beat or our right tackle got beat. What the hell is going on? And I see it week after week after week after week. It just continues, right? So that's where the frustration from a fan, from my personal perspective, comes from, man. Like you said, I feel like this wouldn't be such a big talking point, but things compile on top of each other. And when you're on X, like you said, instead of concentrating on certain things, you're running your damn mouth on X about players that are gone that you're clearly not even over, apparently. You know what I mean? Certain things they have to get done. And Bishop, I know you better, you're going to know this because you guys had, from an Oklahoma standpoint, 2024 was like doomsday. I mean, you had people calling for Venable's head.
Yep.
So speak on that, because I know you've seen the highs and lows at Oklahoma under Venable.
Yeah. I could say something good about it, but also in that same breath, it still wasn't good enough. But see, here's the key, though, and I want everybody to draw in. For 12 games, what was the narrative for both teams? They are not rushing the ball.
Yep.
They are not rushing the ball. They're not running 16 attempts, 20 attempts, 21 attempts. And when other teams are running 35, 36, 38, Ole Miss, and you wonder why we got beat. But the thing is, last year, I understand. Hey, we barely had a team with so many people out. But the thing is, each year you get a redo. Well, this year we got a new OC. It was decent, but it wasn't up to the standard. Because if nothing else, both universities has been established through the run. And when you cannot run the ball and 16 rushing attempts is all you can do, or 17, 18, do you realize it's 4 quarters? If I do 16 rushing attempts, that's 4 rushes per quarter.
Bro,
Well,
16 and a quarter at times. Get out of here, man. We'd have a 14 play drive with 9-10 runs.
Thank you. And when you start,
look at Jason comment, Bishop.
Go ahead.
Look at Jason's last comment.
What do you say
about the QB run game? That is as true. Yeah. That is as true as you're gonna ever find. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at Oklahoma, was very similar to us. That team let's be real. Oklahoma defense was just as good as any defense I saw. That defense could have played with any team in the damn playoffs. Don't fool yourself. That team could have played with any team in the playoffs. It's just that offense, man. Same as us, right? Oklahoma's defense to me still is just as good as any defense we played against. You know what I mean? It's just their offense, man, with John Mateer was sort of like ours, sort of limited in certain situations. That's just the straight up truth.
Got to face facts, though. And see, that's the thing about it is with me and Jason, I'll tell you, I'm gonna be straight up honest. It does no good if you have a defense like that and you're not playing complimentary football. And because of that, you are a detriment to you being able to go far in the playoffs. And you on top of that, I think we got surprised that we were moving against you guys in the first couple of quarters. It got 17-0, and I think they got shocked and was like dumbfounded, and then all of a sudden the bottom dropped out. The simple fact is because why? We wouldn't run the ball. Then on top of that, now you guys make it. Y'all beat us, but then you go the next week. You play the next time you play is Indiana, and once again, you wouldn't run the ball. And all season for 12 games, we kept harping on it, and people kept telling us we were negative. Well, let me ask you now, after you have seen who has won the national title, was that really negative, or was that just the truth and it was rubbing you a different way?
Facts.
Well,
facts wouldn't run. That's facts.
I'm glad y'all got off.
Let me say this real quick. Every fan of Alabama that's watching this channel, you cannot tell me that it didn't make you sick at your stomach to watch Indiana just run the football against. When them in Miami played, I got so physically sick just watching how Indiana was playing. Like, not sick as angry, but sick as in, why can't we do that? Did you see how Indiana, they don't got the biggest backs. These guys aren't big backs, but they run hard, bro. They blocking scheme is wonderful. They RPO you to death. That might be the most physical RPO team I've ever seen, straight up. I personally think this is gonna be a hot take, but this is just me. It's just me, bro. It's just me. As far as hear me out now. Don't hear what you want. As far as running the RPO, right? I think they are more physical in the front 5 than LSU in 2019 was. Me personally. You know what I mean? I think both of them backs run harder than Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I think their line is better. I don't think they would have beat that LSU team because they still got to defend them monsters on the outside. But when you talking about RPO and zone blocking, down blocking, whatever the case may be, I think Indiana was better in the front 7 at what they do than what Joe Burrow and them did. Because Indiana was obviously not as flashy as that team. And again, I don't think they would have beat the LSU team. But for what Indiana do, they were the most physical I've seen in years. Them boys coming downhill, not on zone, inside, outside zone, but RPOing you to death. Bro, listen. Miami is a dog on defense. It don't too much get better than them. Them, Oklahoma, we pretty good in the defensive front when we want to be, right? But to see the way them boys ran the ball on Miami late, bro, those are not big backs, man. But you see how hard they was running? You cannot tell me it didn't make you sick to watch that while we out here playing 7-on-7, throwing the ball in the first series. Like it made me so. It's a reminder that physical football will always beat this finesse BS. Always.
Coach Shawn, I need your take on this. You talk about this run game. Once again, coming from a fan standpoint, I don't understand the gaps. I don't understand the zone scheme or whatever it may entitle, right? So entitle from that standpoint. All I do know is I see a running back, and he doesn't care if there's a gap. If there's not a gap, he's about to create a gap. If the offensive lineman's in his way, he's running over his own offensive lineman to get that positive yardage. It didn't matter if there was a guy standing in front of him, the defender, the linebacker coming downhill. He's attacking the linebacker because he knows the linebacker won't hit him as hard as he's about to hit the damn linebacker. He refused to dance around, right, and get caught in the backfield. That's what's so frustrating to me is like you said, you see, I forgot the other running back's name. One of them was black. The last name, number 0, I believe it was. When you look at it from that standpoint, seeing how hard, I can't name the last time maybe Zeke Elliott I seen a running back run that hard between those two guys. That was impressive to see those guys. People had to drag those dudes down any way they could because they weren't just going to fall down. I can tell you that much. If you were trying to arm tackle, good luck. Good luck.
They run physical, man. As a person who played that position, I loved it. I loved it, man, because they made Miami play with a heavy box. They made them. Yes. Miami was trying so hard to go to safety high most of the game. Indiana was not having it. You will commit this safety down to the. They run so hard, bro. And here's the thing about it: they never got away from it, John Bishop. Even when it was 3rd and 6, they still stayed who they are. Same thing Michigan did to us a few years ago. So it's very frustrating to watch that game, man.
Draw on 3rd and 7, and you get 15 yards. Come on,
facts.
Like, serious?
Facts.
I see y'all brothers keep talking about these teams. I want y'all to talk about everybody else. Talk about everybody else. We know Indiana good, and just for Coach Shawn's point, just point this out here. Hold on, where's Link made a good point on this. That Indiana had 45 run attempts. They were averaging 2.9 per run, but they never threw out.
Thank you,
throughout the run game.
Thank you, Link. That is an important
comment
right there.
That's it. And on top of that, let me build upon that. They won the time of possession.
Huge.
Which is huge because they control the game. When you run like that, you are controlling how the game goes. Yep. On top of that, whenever they had their moment to score, they scored. And then they kept coming at you with the run.
Yeah,
I love it. I appreciate Sting Natty because he reminded us, hey, it's still the same game, and if you're going to win this national title, this is the way it's been done in the past. Nothing has changed.
And Miami is dogs on defense, man. That is not a bad team in the front.
I think something happened to Bishop.
Bishop in the Matrix.
No, Bishop entered the Matrix.
Miami, I respect the mess out of Miami, man, and those two monsters that they have on the defensive front. That is a very good Miami defense, man, especially in the front 7. Yeah. I don't know many teams that would have been able to do that. So it was very impressive to me, man. Very impressive. Miami, I'm impressed with them. I think Oregon got behind the 8 ball, and once they got down so bad, they had to switch up everything they had planned to do. It's very tough to win a game getting down that quick, to a team like that that's going to punish you in the run game. If you really want to know how good Indiana is, don't look at the Alabama game as a whole. Don't look at the Oregon game as a whole. Just look at the second half. When I told my guys, I said, man, this is going to be like some Dabo SMU and Clemson. They're gonna come back. You let them hop out, they're gonna come back. And man, Indiana, and while Oregon did have a few good plays, Indiana just squares them like a python, bro. And that is the mark of a great team. They know how to finish, right? They're not flashy. I'm just so impressed with them guys, man. I really, really am.
Sorry, go ahead. No, so what I was going to say, and Coach Shawn took it, man, brother. What I was going to say is one thing that stuck out to me when I watched, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about the national championship game. The one thing that stuck out to me is I rewatched it 2 more times, and I wanted to take notes on what stood out the most to me about this Indiana and Miami team. The one thing I want to get by real quick is Miami did a hell of a job on offense, I thought. As much as
especially late.
Especially late. Like Carson Beck fought his butt off, right? So I know people want to drag him to the dirt. In my opinion, Carson Beck was doing everything he possibly could.
Yeah.
But from the Indiana standpoint, the one thing that cannot be overlooked is the first 2 plays of the game. What happens? Mendoza gets sacked 2 times in a row. Right, 2 times. I believe it was twice in a row. Right, I know it was on that first drive. They bounced back. Mendoza gets his lip busted. Should have been a personal foul minimum. Right, on 2 of those plays. Busted lip. Does he cry about it? Does he whine about it? Does he whine to his coach? Does he whine to the refs? No, and it happens all game. Right, so it's almost like this team went in with the mentality of we're going to have our backs against the wall already. We're going to have to fight through whatever diversity this may look like, and we're just going to have to go out and scrap for the win. And they just never let up. It didn't matter what came their way. They were just not going to let up. And my goodness, when I went and watched the punt block, that's another one that stood out to me. I thought it was an all out, like going after the ball. And then I realized it was a punt safe. Only 4 people went downhill towards the ball. That's embarrassing when you look at it from that perspective as well. But yeah, no, I'll just leave it at that. I think Kurt Cignetti did a great job. I think Miami did a good job getting there. I know Mario Cristobal. I've been down in Miami all year because they have burned me year after year after year, just like Penn State does. They break my heart. You know what I mean? Especially on those spreads. But no, I think there's definitely some teams that deserve shout outs. When you look at Ole Miss, the crap they had to go through with Lane Kiffin over to Pete Golden, I think they deserve a lot of credit. And Texas Tech, they're showing they're not just a 1-year wonder. They're going out there and getting players. They're going to be a for real team in the Big 12, and they're going to be probably a consistent team in this playoff era. So that's another thing I want to give credit to their coaching staff. You know what I mean? So there's a lot to take away from the season. Teams coming up. You know what I mean? Ohio State's not going anywhere. Julian Satan's not getting younger, right? So he's not going to be less developed. It's not like they don't have Matt Patricia there. Like, you know what I mean? There's so much positive to take away from all these teams. But yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
I'll do this before I hit this super chat. Because I don't want to talk nothing to Alabama, to be honest. No. But I can't stop you, brother, from talking because I know you want to. But what you can give me a top 5 of y'all way too early. Way too early.
Oh God, you really came in on this one, didn't you?
Yeah, man. I and that's why I said I added a lot of ways on there. Way too early. Teams coming into next year. Anybody that comes in mind, I say Texas is definitely going to be up there with everybody they have coming back.
LSU,
you will have them as your top 5. I think I will. I don't know about the receivers though. I like the receivers that they brought in. Anything Lane does, I trust. It's just nothing. I was just like, ooh, he got this guy, but I still trust Lane. I don't know if I'll put him in my top 5. I got to think about it for a second, but I know Ohio State would be there. Who all I just said?
Put some respect on the name. Indiana's got to be in that top 5. They won the national championship. I
would give them that. I give them that.
Go ahead.
The only thing that I would say when it comes to that, I put Lynx up there since he got him up there. Put his in. He got Indiana as 1. The only thing I would say about that, Link, with Indiana being at number 1, it's so much that they are losing.
They lost a lot last year, and they got better this year.
But the thing was expectations. Expectations can kill a lot of dreams. A lot of these teams that we name, from LSU to Alabama to Ohio State and all these things, I don't care how good Indiana could have won 5 games this year. It would have took a step back, but it's not like it's still Indiana. You win 5 games at any of them programs I just named, your ass will be out the door. Expectations are going to be different. We're going to see how you do with these expectations now. You don't have Mendoza. You don't have Pons. They're
losing a lot. They're losing a lot.
What I'm talking about. They are losing whole lot. Just because they did something last year too. Yeah, that was cool. But they still played nobody last year. They have the credit this year because they beating people. They have beaten folks. Like Oregon is showing who they was, and throughout the year, Oregon was really showing like they really ain't one of those top teams all year.
So, my question then, Brensky, is do you think Curt Cignetti is the type of coach that's going to let this team rest on its laurels? And do you think he's going to go out and get unhungry players? Because that's basically what we're going to have to say for Indiana not to be in this top 5. They won the chip. So subjectively, I automatically put them in, by the way, guys. It's not that I have this firm belief and all of a sudden I'm an Indiana believer. I have the philosophy of if you win a chip, you deserve the right to be at least in the top 5 the next year in any scenario, because preseason rankings mean what? Nothing. So at the end of the day,
I can say this. Matchups really matter in a lot of ways. I'm about to say I thought Miami was an awesome matchup for them. So when folks were throwing out 45-10 and these 50-something, they're gonna run over Miami. I said, what football are y'all watching? Because I don't see that at all. I had Miami winning. I was this close, but it just ain't happening, man. Matchups matter. I feel like if Georgia played Indiana in the national championship game, we having a different talk right now.
I don't think so at all.
I think we would.
You're telling me you think Georgia's more physical than Indiana? I'm sorry. I'm going to push back on that.
You think Indiana will out physical them, boy? Make them?
Dog, did you? Okay. Georgia did a number to us in the SEC championship game. They did not make us quit. Literally, Georgia didn't have second stringers at the end of the third and going into the fourth quarter. Like, that's a different type of physicality. Like, Alabama was beat. It was almost like Alabama versus Notre Dame, right? What was it, 2013? Like when Manti Te'o said, hey, well, you had us beat before we hit the field because of whatever. No, it wasn't because of size. It was because the mentality was already built there, right? So Curt Cignetti had this damn team, in my opinion, so wired to it doesn't matter who's in front of us. We're just going to out physical that team in any scenario against anyone.
But the thing is, the one thing that a lot of these players that Coach Shawn alluded to, age, experience, a lot of those kids at Georgia were young, and they were doing this to us.
Don't even. Is there a Malachi Tony in Georgia?
Hmm?
Name me a Malachi Tony.
There. There's a KJ Bolden there.
You're taking KJ Bolden over Malachi Tony.
There's Elijah Griffin there.
You're once again, no. Answer this. Are you taking Bolden over Tony?
Am I taking my fault.
Name Georgia. Okay. Are you taking Indiana?
Am I taking Griffin over Tony?
No. Bolden. Are
Bolden
you,
over who?
Tony, Malachi Tony. I said name a receiver. No. That's what I'm saying. Or do you believe Indiana has 2 better running backs than Georgia? Because from what I saw,
but they play 2 different positions, though.
No, well, you said the name, and I said, "Who are you taking?" I'm not necessarily saying it has to be.
Oh, okay. That was throwing me off.
Sorry. No, I'm just. What I was saying was, like, essentially, I think Indiana had more of a run game than Georgia. I mean, Georgia's run game actually disappeared at times this year.
I think I'd rather seen Georgia play them over Ole Miss. Is what I rather seen Georgia in that game against Indiana than Ole Miss.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with that
because of that RPO they run. That was just that's that was easy for Indiana to
playing
I
10
wanted to
yards
see
off.
them play a team like Georgia that's gonna come downhill at them. Miami, I like Georgia's I say I like Georgia's offense better than I like Miami's offense. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who's better. I think Miami's offensive line might be better than Georgia's, but I like the way Georgia play.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I like the way Georgia play downhill more than I do that stuff that Miami was doing in the first. I personally think Miami hurt themselves by coming out looking like Alabama, 7-on-7 in the first half, passing the ball.
I agree with that.
Like I was like, what is they doing? What that ain't what Miami do.
And that's why I was like, Kirby is not going to do that.
Yeah.
You think Kirby is not going to stop running? Kirby's not going to stop running the football.
I agree with that. I think that because we can compare this. I hate comparing, by the way. I hate doing this. But when I look at Georgia, like I know Georgia's defensive line is good. Reuben Bain, Lightfoot, you know what I mean? Like when you look at this defensive line that Miami has, these are not dudes that wouldn't have a chance at Georgia. Reuben Bain's about to be, in my opinion, should be a top 10 pick. Right?
Reuben Bain should have been a 5-star coming out of high school. These guys are not no scrubs. I'm not saying that, but those are two players. Georgia has those guys. Georgia has those guys in the middle that are going to be.
They weren't showing it this year
because they're young. And look what they did to teams.
But I'm talking about this year. I'm not talking about the future.
But this was the thing that I'm telling you. They was doing this young. They were young and they was doing this. They still won the SEC.
Yeah,
I
agree.
They lost to Ole Miss. They only lost to Ole Miss because Trinidad Chamberlain had to put out a performance like that to win that game. If Georgia had to play Miami, it's a whole different story.
Who has better linebackers, Miami or Georgia?
Georgia.
Oh, Georgia. I believe Georgia does. No, that I definitely agree
secondary.
with. No,
secondary.
It's a toss-up.
Hang on, that's a split, bro. Because Georgia's secondary is suspect as hell.
It's a toss-up with them two teams. Neither one of their secondaries ain't the best.
I don't know a safety that Miami has better than KJ Bolden. I'd take Ellis Robinson and Dylan
Everett. I know you're talking
about Everett before I take. I like Keontae. I do like Keontae, but I would not take over those Miami corners.
Dog, like the problem I have
with
this
over the Miami corner. I said that wrong.
I like Georgia's offense better than I like Miami's offense.
Oh no, man, you great.
My problem is ever since Will Muschamp has left. I'm sorry, Georgia fans, if you don't like this take. Ever since Will Muschamp left Georgia after 2022, the defense has not looked the same. It's still a really good damn defense. I'm not taking that away at all. I'm not saying that by any perspective. But when you look at the time Will Muschamp was there, and there's a reason why he just got hired there. God helped him. Now he's at Texas, by the way. Like, you're about to see an improvement on that defense. Sorry, Bishop. I know you hate Texas. That's just my take. You know what I mean? Like, when people want to they want to anoint Glenn Schumann. And I'm like, is nobody paying attention to that dude in the booth up there? Will Muschamp? And then he leaves and nobody wants to talk about it. So, you know what I mean? But no, I'm not sitting here saying that Indiana just beats Georgia. What I'm saying is I think Indiana definitely, you just can't say Georgia's going to beat them or Georgia's just going to be more physical because they're in the SEC. Because if there's one thing Indiana proved this year is it didn't matter who the hell it was in front of them. They were just going to do it. Plain and simple.
Mike pointed out something that I would say you wouldn't have thrown that bat shoulder on Georgia twice.
I don't know because we torched the hell out of Georgia.
Did we
go back and watch that game? Sorry, we didn't run on Georgia. No, we didn't have we in break and we threw in breaking routes to torch them.
We got them in the first half of that game, and we survived
just like the year prior. But you still
no. But we still scored something. Like Kirby completely shut us down at the end of that game. He just started off slow. The problem with them guys, they just been starting off slow. I'm not gonna say Georgia secondary. I don't know where this whole Georgia secondary is trash. I don't know. Like I say suspect, but trash is crazy.
That's why I said suspect. That's why I literally said that. So yeah,
no. I'm just saying. G Bama boy just said. That's all.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Oh no. But I will like, man. It's gonna be like okay. I said Georgia gonna be up there. I put Indiana up there because they are national champs. Ohio State.
The rails.
I don't know. Georgia, Ohio State, Indiana, Texas. I do like LSU. Just I don't know how 11's going to be in the SEC, man. I just don't know. I really don't know. Anytime these guys come down here, I was questioning. I'm about to say Carson Dart, Jason. Now I mess
Jackson
up.
Dart.
Jackson Dart. I was about to call this man a whole nother name. Man, I still Jackson Dart. I forgot his name again. Jackson Dart. When Jackson Dart came down here from USC, I questioned it, but he showed that he can play. Levitt, took a fall back in the Big 12 this year. I got to see it, man. I just got to see it from Lane with those guys down there. I don't know.
I think the team I'm going to put in the top 5 has nothing to do with the strength of the team. I think they're going to be a good team. It's the schedule. I'm going to have to put Texas Tech at least near the top 5 because they're going to be that much better, in my opinion, than guys in the Big 12. Like, I don't know what the argument could be made against that because I haven't seen anything West Virginia at any of those dudes are doing to counteract. Texas Tech is signing everybody with a pulse near the top.
Bro, I gotta. I'm like B Sharp. I gotta see it, but if you're gonna start somewhere, you got to start with talent. And what Lane is doing at LSU, bro. He got Jace Brown. He got the kid from Kansas State that caught 115 balls, bro. They got him. They got that Tyree Holloway, Tyree Holloway kid that run like a 4.2. They got him. They got Malik Brockton from Auburn and Green on the defensive line. Both of them. Man, listen. We don't got one defensive lineman on our team that's better than neither one of them. That's the straight up truth.
Damon Wilson signed with Miami.
We don't got one interior player.
I thought that was an A+. I thought that was an
either
A+
one of them
on Miami part.
They got that tight end from Georgia. You know what I'm saying? That 6'4", 220. They got dogs at every single position. Every single position. It's almost unfair. They got that Jackson Harris kid at wide receiver.
Yep.
Man, I don't know how they're gonna play all them kids. That Nick Anderson kid from Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how they're gonna play all them kids. How they gonna play all them kids?
Just about to pull up their team.
I think it's a lot. Go ahead, sorry, Bishop.
No, I was gonna say Nick went to Kentucky. Kentucky is being real quiet. They've been putting some stuff together, but LSU has been putting in major work. But here's the key:
they run the ball, Bishop. Just like it's gonna be interesting to see that. Fact.
Yeah, here's the key. Like I share with a lot of people when I get to share is that's great, but where's the continuity and where's your nucleus?
Facts. And they got Florida's best DB. That kid that plays corner.
Now, the one thing I give their head coach is he knows how to acquire talent. Then another thing is, does he have the right coaching staff to develop? That's the key, is being able to now get all of these pieces in and now bring up their continuity to where their type of level that they need to be in the SEC. And I'm from the show me state. You got to put it together, but he has a great foundation.
I do love this squad. Based on a few names that I've seen. I forgot all about Trey Wilson. Trey Wilson is going to be a stud in this man's offense. I feel like, and for him to be that low in the transfer portal is crazy to me. Jordan Ross, I feel like about to have awesome year down there.
That kid, Jace Brown, Brinsky. That kid,
Jace Brown. I got a little more at him. I wasn't paying attention to K-State like that. I'm not even about to sit here and lie.
That kid, he can get over
his face.
Hey, they got Brockton and Stephon Green.
Yeah,
that kid's a baller.
They got a hell of a squad.
Yeah, they've been putting in work. I like
what Malik Brockton is going to be big for them too.
Yeah,
man, they solidified on that. Line.
That DN from Mississippi that was just terrorizing us when we played them.
Yeah.
They got him recently.
Oh, you
Dude,
talking
they
about
are
this,
stacking it.
this one right here.
Guys, you know what LSU did? Oh yeah, he was one of the best guys in that. You know, do you know what LSU did, Coach Shawn? They went out and got production.
Yeah.
They got production, fellas.
See if you see any offensive lineman, Brinsky. Let me see who they got on the O line.
Surprised it ain't changed.
Oh no, you're gonna have to probably put it. You're gonna have to scroll down through it.
All right, let's see.
They got Devin Harper.
Yeah.
He's
6'4", 300 inside.
They got a couple offensive linemen coming back from last year that started too. Don't forget.
I think their line will be good, but I don't think their line's going to be their strong point this year. Because
young kid.
That's why they were going for Seaton so bad.
Yeah,
they were freaking on Seaton.
They got a lot of kids out of the SEC. Yeah, see that.
They got a lot of kids with a lot of production, a lot of experience.
Because he needs,
for sure.
I know Lane is he's one for. He's got to have some experience because they at least got to have a ground level start to try to build this this university up.
North Carolina Central.
They got a couple interior guys, huh? I see.
Yeah, they did. A couple guards because they were struggling at guard bad. Even at center, their center was getting bullied this past year too as well. So I mean, I'll be honest with you, LSU had a lot of issues that we had when it came to the line. When you looked at it, I think Michael Carroll is definitely going to be the bright spot for the future for us. But outside of that, I was like, man, this is going to be tough moving forward.
Yeah, man, that was like, man, just those teams. It's going to be teams. I just have to see it. With that's why I said if Indiana was going to win anything, they had to win it this year. They were not going to win it next year. I just believe just all the stars align with them boys this year with Pons. Like Pons is just one of those dudes, man. I just wish he was taller.
Man, I had people telling me you're crazy for saying Pons better than Dijon Lee.
As of right now, he is. But it was. I don't know why they didn't get that, but that was just simple because he's been in college. He understands how to prepare, experience, and all that. It's just simple things. I understand that,
bro.
You're not just saying
he locked down his side. He locked down his side.
He can play zone. He can play outside leverage, inside leverage. If you look at him, he can play off coverage. He can play any coverage, bro. We can't do that at Alabama, bro. We can't do that yet.
So that's why I was like, man, they are losing so much. Now you have expectations. I don't care if Indiana win 3 straight, they will still never have the expectations of an Oklahoma, LSU, or Alabama. No, but we don't see when now you have the expectations on you.
Yeah.
Because the expectation will kill a lot of this stuff just to see how you do it. And the one thing I always based off in history always repeats itself every time.
Yeah.
When you lose that much talent, it's a big chance you're not going to win every year. Just think of every national, even with Georgia. Even when Georgia won it, they beat us that year, I think it was 2001. They still returned a lot of those guys to come back the very next year to win back-to-back. From Brock Bowers to Jalen Carter to Nolan Smith and all those guys. A lot of those guys came back. It wasn't like but if you go from the 2019 team, their whole offense was good. You lose your top 3 wide receivers, your quarterback, your running back, your Jim Thorpe Award winner and Grant Delpit, Patrick Quinn, all those guys, and you see what happened when you fall off the next year. I have to see it, and I'm calling it right now. I don't see them winning. I said Ohio State was going to win last year, and I said they weren't going to win it this year because of all that talent that they lost. Because clearly, what was the one thing that stopped Ohio State from moving on this year? Running the ball.
Yeah, of course, running the ball.
They could have.
O-line.
I can tell you right now, and a lot of those people went to the draft. A guy that we got rid of that couldn't snap the ball to save his life. But he goes to Ohio State, and all of a sudden, he know how to snap the ball all over again.
Wonder why.
Don't even get me started.
Why.
But now we ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole because I promise. And now I was just thinking about that. I was like, how the hell that happened?
I know how it happened.
But you lose Quinshawn Judkins and Travion Henderson. I can promise you, if those guys were in that Indiana game, Indiana doesn't stand a chance. It's not even close.
I definitely agree with, and I don't think Indiana's going to win it next year. That's definitely what I'm not.
There's too much talent.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And a team that we haven't even mentioned, they're still going to be in this hunt. We're talking about Notre Dame. They got Keon Keeley. Like, you know what I mean? So let's not like they're not going to be around.
That's
like,
young talent coming. Yeah.
And they're angry.
And Anthony said, because I forgot I got to answer a super chat and all that other stuff. And was like, where's the narrative coming from that Indiana's on the same level as 2019 LSU, 2001 Miami, 04 Trojans, 05.
Well, hold on. Let's wait. Let's not be fans. Let's talk football now.
No. He's saying now he's not saying that they are. He's saying where's the negative.
Yeah, I'm taking the other side of it though. Let's talk football now. We're not talking about dynasties or we're not talking about longevity. We're talking about 1 year. Yeah. 1 year, right? I don't think that Indiana team would have beat the LSU team, but let's not. Don't disrespect that team like they wouldn't give any of these teams a run for their money. That team, I don't know, bruh. Listen. That team, for what they do, is as good as any team that's done won a championship. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? I don't give a damn. You go get Alabama, 2000. For what that Indiana team do, they could play with anybody, bro. I'm telling you that. Because they do three things that will keep you in any football game. They run the ball well. They physical on the defensive line, and they great at special teams and don't beat themselves. They will be in. Don't let the mystique of a team and what they done overshadow that is a physical football team. It will be in any football team that they play, man. I'm telling you that. I don't know if they beat them.
I can understand that. I can understand they'll be in it, but will they beat them?
I don't know. I don't think they beat that LSU team. Not with all them weapons on offense. I don't think
Miami.
Come, man.
You got Andre Johnson on one side. You got Clinton Portis, Willis McGahee, Frank Gore.
Unless they play defense to get the ball, that team squeeze. I don't know, bro.
You got Jonathan Vilma right there.
I don't know.
I will say this: what they did this year, going 16-0,
exactly.
They at least mentioned with those peeps.
You know
I don't believe in saying that they are them, but. For our brand of football now,
for what that team do, bro,
I put it like this: it's a lot of 12-0 teams that have been undefeated. Don't mean they get any type of mention anywhere. Like nobody mentions the 1999 Tennessee Volunteers in any category for anything. They went undefeated, but I don't go based on records. I'm about to say I believe the 2011 Alabama team would get this team a run for their money. The reason why I believe they would, because the same things that you mentioned that they had to deal with, special teams with LSU. The only team that can compete with each other that year was LSU and Alabama. LSU had an awesome defense. They ran the ball like hell because clearly they couldn't get past the 50. And they ran the ball, special team, and they played defense. But I will say this Indiana team they are that.
What Indiana do will translate to any year. I can't say that about some of these teams y'all naming. You put that 01 Miami team with all them stars. I don't care how many stars they have. If you can't line up and stop that LSU team with all them people, right, on offense. Did you what the man who coached both of them said? The man who coached both of them, he coached both teams. Ed O'Dron said, yes. We had the group called the Wild Bunch on that team. He was talking about USC though. They were talking about the Reggie Bush year. He said we had the Wild Bunch. He said, but I don't know if they could have stopped LSU. That's what I'm saying. You got to look at football what year are we playing in, right? Because what Indiana does when they run the football and restrict the game, that will translate to any season, bro. I don't know if that Bama team could have lined up and stopped 4 receiver wide. I don't know that. I know they ran the ball well. I don't know that we could have stopped a team like LSU in 2019 with that many receivers. I don't know if we had that many corners that could have played like that. I think we would have been in some trouble because that's a different brand of football back then. When you're talking about today, where the base set is not single backfield, it's spread. Yeah. You better be very good in your too deep to stop that Indiana team, bro. For what they do. For what they do. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying they would have won or they would have beat. I just know what they do translate to any year y'all want to talk about. I can't say that with every other team. I can't.
I thought Miami would have learned from Alabama that if they're lining up RPO, you're playing 10 yards off.
Exactly.
They're just gonna eat you to death with that.
You got to look at it from that standpoint. Exactly. You looking at it, they looking at it from a star. Well, they got this person and that, bro. That don't mean nothing because they all
talking about this because I know some of them guys gonna definitely be man to man with those guys all night long.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, I'm reading the comments. They like they looking at it from a star, star
right.
standpoint. I get it. I'm looking at it from a schematic standpoint.
Schematics.
Yeah.
You know,
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I don't think that LSU, take the USC team with Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush is great, one of the best I've ever seen. I don't know that they would have beat that 2019 LSU team because I don't know that USC can stop 3 or 4 wide in base. I don't know if they can do that. I've seen teams score on them that played that way. I seen Notre Dame score on them. You talking about LSU, and you got to play this way. That was their base offense. That means you got to play with 3 corners all game. You damn near got to play nickel. I don't know that USC could have did that. LSU probably would have scored 50 on them dudes.
I put LSU team up there. I would never say nobody's better than 01. You got to show me. It's just too many.
I feel the same way about the Nebraska teams of earlier. I've never seen nothing like that. Never.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought Florida was
this is what this is what I'll say about Indiana, and this is for every fan moving forward. The bottom line is when they got so comfortable playing in a phone booth that they said, I'm gonna run it 40 plus times, and I want you to be absolutely perfect to beat us.
You can't make no mistake.
You can't make no mistake. They're like a python. They just will squeeze and they go the same thing. They're not gonna change because they understood in order to be physical, you have to do the little things right. And after 12 games, is too much eye in the sky. The eye in the sky is undefeated. And so they bludgeon people because they were willing to run it 40 plus times.
Let me ask y'all a question. In any team y'all say, any of those great teams, if it's 3rd and 7, what defense you gonna play against that Miami team? I mean, excuse me, against the Indiana team.
Oh, against Indiana. You're gonna need a team that plays man. Clearly.
What you
gonna do? 2011. I mean 2011 Alabama Crimson Tide.
Okay.
I'm saying not what defensive team. I said what defensive scheme would you play on that?
You definitely got to run man.
So if you would play man on that team with Alabama,
you going with that team
on 3rd and 7, you play
3rd
man.
and 7. I'm gonna play because they like to throw in the middle. I'm gonna play a man with a one high, but my others I don't know what it's. Sorry, I don't know the technicalities. I'm not a coach. With the one safety dropping in the middle, right? So you had a 1-man high with the safety coming down the zone in the middle. I don't know what that's called.
You know what they're gonna do to you all night? The same thing they did to Ole Miss.
So they're gonna throw it outside the hashes, right?
They're gonna run they receivers deep to run your man off, right? And they're gonna have numbers on you and mess you to death. All night
that's
long.
what I figured you were gonna
stop it. Yeah. They're gonna have numbers on you. You're gonna have 4-3, and they're going to kill you all night long.
See, that's
it. Don't have you got Ray Lewis right there. Right. Ray Lewis can't how you gonna stop that? I want you to tell me how do you stop that? And then if you try to say, okay, let's zone them up. Let's zone them up, keep everything in front of us. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna come out 13 personnel and they're gonna run the ball. Yeah, pick up 3 yards every time. Yep. So that's all I'm saying is I'm not talking about star versus star or Vince Wilfork versus their line. I'm saying that what Indiana does schematically from a football standpoint in today's football. Remember, today's linebackers got to be able to cover. Back then, in the Miami days, and you didn't see Dante Hightower chasing tight ends down the damn scene. Yeah. Today, your middle linebacker, let's talk football now. Right. That 6'4", 260, you got to cover Texas's tight end on the seam route by yourself.
Yeah,
Facts.
That's real.
So that's what I'm telling you. You say, think about the football schematics of it before you think about the team, and it matters what era we playing in. Now, if you say let's play in the era back then where that people wasn't spreading it out, shit, the Indiana team would probably get beat by 50 then.
Yeah,
but if you're talking about today with the RPO rules, with the releasing downfield and all this stuff, and you can't hit them like it's like basketball. What era are you talking about playing in? You talking about playing the Jordan days where they could clothesline your ass, it's not a foul, or you talking about today where they can touch your knuckle and it's a foul, right? That makes a difference. Stuff like that makes a difference.
Really I think really from a fan standpoint, I can't talk scheme that much, but from if I say how to stop it, the 3rd and 7, I'm going to say give me the defensive coordinator that draws up the best pressure against that offensive line.
Yeah.
Right. Because that's the only way I think you're really going to affect that team. Because if you give Mendoza any amount of time to throw the ball, he's going to rip you apart. It seems like it doesn't matter. And by the way, they run cell routes to a T. Those guys can find zone. It seems like, I don't know. There's certain things I was looking at. I was like, damn, man, like as soon as these guys get running straight up, they'll just cut you off and just sell off and find that hole.
I didn't see a lot of teams running 13 personnel, Bishop, and actually running pass routes with all the tight ends. They block and release the block. And
I'm just going to say, and then on top of that, think about this. I done bludgeon you with the run. Now I'm adding in those parts of it as a defensive coordinator. I'm trying to stay steps ahead, and it's a nightmare because you got to constantly come with adjustments, and what adjustment you're going to do that doesn't leave you. You're telling your front 7 or your front 4, you got to be stout because I got to add something to this back end to be ready for it. Well, then they bludgeon you.
Yeah.
They bludgeon your front 4 because you got to be stout. And these offensive linemen are driving 3 to 5 yards down the field. Yeah, and people aren't getting off the block. And people say, well, why haven't our team done that? Because the way they practice and the way they look at film, this is how they've been preparing to be the entire year. This is how they play.
Yeah.
And they done got real comfortable with being okay to say, okay, we know who we are. We know what we do best. Stop us.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun to talk about, it's fun to debate.
Yeah.
But I'm still taking 01. I don't give
and
I'm taking 01 over 95 Nebraska any day of the week.
I don't know about that.
Any day of the week.
Give me Nebraska. Give me 95 Nebraska over any team in college football history. You know what I mean? I take it.
It's definitely gonna be some hidden. Well,
yeah.
Another way too early before we get off. Because I know John got another show which y'all need to check out right after this.
Oh, we're not going to be going through with it tonight.
Okay, they're not going with it. They're not going through it tonight.
We had 2 people had to call out sick. We'll call it that. No, some people that are supposed to be on are being affected by a storm already farther out west. So
facts.
Yeah, and just everybody, man, make sure your phone's charged up and everything, man, so you won't be affected by this stuff or whatnot, so people can get in contact with you, and praying for everybody dealing with this storm.
Definitely.
In the South. I really haven't been looking at the storm that much to really to talk about it for real. I just thought it was just like something that just passed through, but it seemed like it's really serious. So everybody just be safe out there.
Be sure.
Go ahead.
Since the football season over, this will be a good time to get everybody on the panel. We got to get Jason up here. We got to get Bishop back up here. We need to get Coach Carl, Coach Al, as many as you can fit. And we need to have a good debate about what we just talked about the older teams. You know what I'm saying? That's a good healthy debate right there.
Yeah.
I've been waiting on that one, man.
Yeah,
I've been waiting on it, man.
That's a good one, man.
A special segment, like a whole show just for
throw it up, in the little tournament. 95 Nebraska.
And matter of fact, everybody, I'm trying to see. Not a 16.
What's up, Lynn?
A 24 team playoff. Ooh, and you come up with the best teams that you can come up with.
great. And just debate them. Man, that'll be so fun.
And then just put them randomly. I don't care where they're. Just put them wherever they fall at.
Make your case, and then at the end of the day, we vote, and whoever wins, you got to put them up there. That'd be real tight.
What you ought to do is do the poll through Twitter to seed them. Is what I would do. Let the fans seed them.
They'll be a part of it.
Yeah, that way they're a part of it, and they're not just a part of the conversation on the live stream, but also
that'll
on
be
that.
tight. That'll be tight.
I have to do that one down the line, so I know how to do that one perfectly because I want everybody. There'll be something. I put it like this: it'll be in February, and everybody just come up with their best teams. Okay. So certain teams we already know gonna be there. The usual suspects: 01 Miami, 95 Nebraska, 2019. Say which one?
I said 1926 with Frank Thomas Alabama team. You know what I mean? So. Sorry, no, I'm throwing it off the rails here. So, or not Frank Thomas.
92, Copeland and Curry.
That's a team I grew up on. I was a kid watching that team. Right,
that's a dog team.
But if you talking about what Brinsky talking about, how would that team fare today? Our offense was not very good them years with Jay Barker and all them. You know, the offense, was not very good. The defense was one of the best of all time, right? Derek Lassie, one of my favorite players. You know, David Palmer, one of my favorite players.
I think they would have excelled, and they wish they was in like a Mike Lashley offense.
Oh,
a Lane Kiffin offense, them boys would have went crazy, man.
With that quarterback,
Jay Barker. Hey, fam, check this out. Indiana ran a 36 crossbuck in that game.
I seen 36. You see? Way, come back, X like this. Man, that crossbuck, I lived on that, man. Look, 34, 2 back, and I had to split back. The back on the right, take the buck step. He go, and he come across. Man, I love 34 crossbuck. That's one of the best run plays ever made. They just run out the shotgun now, too.
My bad. I just went real coach on you. My bad.
Oh, no.
I'll come back.
I need to tell everybody. So that's everybody's assignment. Come with your best teams. I don't know when we're gonna do it in February, but it's gonna be in the middle of February. So everybody come up with their best team. And I'm telling you, whenever that show
cheat codes. No cheat codes. Don't be trying to.
It's gonna be a show you don't want to miss. Because I'm telling you, it's gonna be some talking. Talk about your best players, your scheme, technique, everything that
better do your homework. Better do your homework.
That's why I said you got to give it plenty of time. I'm gonna let the guys know in the group chat. Coach Shawn,
that's what we need. We need a group chat.
You gonna have a full house that one, I promise.
Oh
yeah.
And everybody's gonna be involved. It ain't just gonna be the guys up here talking. It's gonna be y'all in the comment section talking about all these things.
Because y'all gonna be well prepared.
Yeah.
Like, so everybody won't have a say only championship team. No, man, I put y'all 04 Auburn team up there in a lot.
I would too. Yeah, facts.
I put 04 Auburn up there, man. Shoot, Cadillac.
Hey, how many people gonna be in this tournament?
Carlos Rogers, man.
Junior Rose Green.
I would too.
Hey, put them in.
The championship will help your case, but I would say the championship will help your case in a lot of ways.
This scheme,
because it validates why we talking about that team. So that's the reason why I would say, all right, Bevo, come on now.
I went Texas straight, but
come on.
Bevo was here.
Bevo,
come on now.
That defense was great, right? Y'all have Michael Huff on the back end. Let me tell you where your weakness was at. Your defensive, that strong side of that defensive line can be ran on. All facts.
Mm-hmm.
All
but
facts.
Hey, Bevo, get your stuff together. Since you talking that yak lack, come on through.
I still believe if we didn't win in 2009, that Florida team would be considered one of the greatest teams ever with Joe Hayden, Norris Jenkins. They're gonna play man on y'all game.
Yeah, they can play man. Facts.
Now they gonna suffocate. And then you got Percy Harvey, you got Jeff Demp, you got Chris Rainey, you got Tim Tebow, you got all those guys up there. Oh, I ain't even got to Aaron Hernandez, the old line with the Pouncey brothers.
Yeah,
Man, I think about that team all the time. I was like, bro, if they went and played Texas, I believe they played better man coverage than us easily all day. They was gonna really beat the hell out of Texas that year.
You got 2-man corners right there, brother. That was awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you what, hey, the Pounceys used to stay at my aunt's house in Lakeland, Florida, and she was just telling them boys are big, and she just saw them as a potential to go NFL. And when they did, she was real surprised. She's like, wow. They talked that talk, they walked it. So.
Yeah, man. They are like, even 2011 LSU, even though we beat them, like them boys the whole year were just dominating folks. When they played us, the game
let's be real, Brinsky. As offensively, I'm only speaking offensively. That 19 LSU is gonna be there, man. It ain't many offenses that was better than them. Joe Burrow had 5,000 yards, 60 touchdowns passes, man. 60.
It was special, man.
Man, that's crazy.
They can run the ball inside, outside. They can screen you. Then they come with the outside passing game. Oh man!
You better have 3 corners. You better have
You better have 6. You know what time it is. You better have 6.
If memory serves me correctly, and somebody make sure I'm correct on this, that 2019 LSU team, the only team to be in single digit with them was us.
Yeah, we were the only one.
We wasn't no slouch that year either. Now
that's what I'm saying. We could have beat them if you take away all those turnovers.
40. It was 41-46. They beat us. Devontae Smith had 260 something yards.
But that was a good game. That was
a game. I had some partners to go to that game, boy. They skipped homecoming to go to that game.
Was it him or Najee? One of them fumbled in our red zone. They fumbled the deck.
That was Tua.
That was Tua.
That was Tua. Yeah.
Because we were just down, man, like the entire game. I'm about to say Tua. Yeah, he was hurt.
Yeah.
He go back, but still, man, I was like that. We was the only team to keep up with those boys the whole year. We could have got one stop on that last drive. I'd never forget it, man. Yep. I believe we could have went down there and scored on them.
We got boat race.
I remember that. That's why I said everybody, all these teams that we're naming, everybody will even have some honorable mentions in there. Some honorable mentions.
Yeah.
But a championship does help your case. And I think I seen Bevo, he put 2016 LSU, not LSU, Clemson. He put Clemson up there.
2016?
2016?
Yeah, with Deshaun.
Oh, you're talking with BB was there.
We got both.
Yeah.
40-16, I believe. Wasn't that?
No, that was 2018.
Yeah, that was
Sunshine. 17 and 18.
Yeah, Sunshine in there.
2016 is Deshaun, and 2018
Deshaun.
Lawrence. I don't know which team you're gonna go with on that. I don't know.
That Clemson defensive line was for real though. I'll say
and they secondary with AJ Terrell and was good.
You see what they doing? You see what Destin Lawrence doing in the league right now?
Yes.
Them boys wasn't no man. I still can't get over the fact, man. We couldn't run on them boys in the national championship, like up the middle. And I was like, okay, you see what them boys doing in the league? It makes sense now. Damn. And fun fact, I finally watched highlights to that game for the first time since the game actually was played. I was like, damn, bro, how the hell we?
Yeah, Kenyon Drake, the other Clemson team, Deshaun Watson's team.
But yeah, everybody. So y'all do y'all homework on that. Yeah, they did go 15-0. That's why I said it was just an extra game. All that. That's what I said. And we're gonna make a huge debate out of this. Appreciate everybody coming up here and showing love. I forgot this super chat once again. Jesus
Hold on, Bad want me to speak on Bad want me to speak on what Isaiah Crowe said. Xavier Crowe. I keep saying Isaiah, the kid from Georgia. I read where Xavier Crowe did say, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember the exact words.
I probably know what you're talking about.
He said something to the effect of he ain't worried about starting. He just want to come in, be developed,
Oh,
learn
yeah.
how to play college football. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to hear, right? That's what you want to hear, man. You know, and you know, the position he played, I played that position all my life, man, since youth league, you know, and it's different at the college. It's different at
real quick.
any college level that you step up and play, man. It's different. The practices are faster. When you get the ball, it's like everything moving so fast. It's totally different than high school ball. His skills on the football field will translate, but playing, you know, going from high school to a Division I level football, he's still going to have to learn how to block. You got to pass protect. On counters, you gotta learn how to block and scheme. It's just so much different. But I think that kid is going to be great, just as good as any back we've had. If they give him the opportunity, man, give him the opportunity. I'm talking about how Trenton Markham used to have 20-something carries every game. You got to let these kids eat, man. Running back is not a position where you can get 5 or 10 carries and really feel the game.
Repeat that.
You can't feel the game getting 7 carries, 8 carries. You know, get that kid 20 carries, man. Look at the games where Jam actually got carries. Auburn, Missouri, right? The offense actually looked kind of decent, you know? So, you know, it's going to depend on this coaching staff. It's going to depend on what they deem necessary as far as running the football. And it's going to depend on how fast he pick up the college game. AK Dill was a monster coming out of high school. You see, he barely played this year. It is totally different. Please curtail your expectations, man. It is Devontae Smith, one of the best receivers ever. All these kids, Derrick Henry. If you remember, he had 25 back then. He didn't play a lot. He played against the Oklahoma game toward the end of the season.
27, yeah.
27. I'm sorry, 27. Josh Jacobs 25 at first. College football is totally different than what these kids are coming from. I don't care how talented they are, man. It's totally different going against linebackers that's fast as you. It's totally different. You know, so I love what he said. Barry is 100% right. That's the kind of kids you want in the program, and I'm looking forward to seeing all these kids.
I just sent it to myself because I wanted to play that. I wanted to play that. I'm gonna get this one real quick. Alan Berry with the $5 super chat. Sorry, man, getting to it so late, man. These brothers talking that good stuff, so I gotta listen. It say y'all seem fair and knowledgeable. I want Cap gone full stop. But am I being unfair and placing too much blame for the O-line problem on Cap?
So you want to get it?
Yeah. I don't think so. I don't.
No, you're not. Because at the end of the day, we all know the formula, and you can't fake it. For 12 games, you had an opportunity to correct it. So the eye in the sky is undefeated. You're correct.
That's facts. I agree with Bishop. That blocking scheme was utterly terrible. And honestly, I don't know if it was the blocking scheme or it's the fact that you just kept switching people out. I don't know. I'm not at their practices. I just know from my little experience, when you're switching linemen in the 10th game of the season, that's not a good sign. Give a damn who it is. That's not a good sign.
And it had nothing to do with injuries.
Had nothing to do with
it's not injuries.
So let's clarify that too. So nothing to do with injuries.
I just think that whoever the offensive line coach could never settle on his starting 5. It's okay to have your swing tackles and swing guards, but you got to have a starting, you got to have the nucleus. And it just seems like every time there was someone different in the lineup on the O-line. So
remember this too before we get off. I'm sorry.
No.
Remember this, man. Some coaches are great recruiters, so they stay on staff. Some coaches are great developers and not as good recruiters, so they stay on staff. I don't know about him. I just know sometimes coaches stay because they can recruit very, very well, not necessarily develop talent. I don't know.
I found the video, but I'm about to bring it up right now.
Okay.
And so y'all can because I heard.
But I will say this is the simple fact is we only got one game to really look at is Indiana versus Bama. And then you ask that same question.
Yeah, here we go.
Early. What does that mean to you, and what would it take for you in your mind to get on the field early?
It means a lot to me. Like, I love them guys like they're my brothers. So it would take me to work hard, learn the playbook, and pass block. Then if I can get those things down pat, I'm gonna play. Like I told you earlier, I said if I don't play early, don't matter. I'm just here to get developed, and hopefully my sophomore year, junior year, senior year, I can take over.
There you go. That's definitely what you want to hear.
And shout out to Justin for that, man. Just ask that question. Shout out to Justin that been on this show.
Yeah, definitely.
That was big time, and I'm glad that he said that. You can tell that he wants to work. You can tell that he wants to be here. I just want guys that is talented and they want to be here. Yeah. And I don't need. I'm gonna tell you right now. If I put it like this is what will piss me off more than anything. If EJ don't play his first year or even his second year, and somebody be like, we need production over potential, I swore for God.
Don't even.
I swore for God, bro. I'll be like, bro, if you don't shut your up, man, like, please don't say that about this guy, because I know he's like that.
That coach that said that has been there since 2022. It's not like he just got there. So I don't give him any pass at all. Sorry. I'm not giving you the benefit of the doubt. You've been there for 3. You were hired under Saban.
Yeah.
You brought in a lot of these guys that you're talking about. Just going to throw that out there. You evaluated these guys. And to go back to the Cap super chat, talking about the O-line coach. Look, I have one thing I learned in the military. Coach Shawn, were you in the, I can't remember if you were in the military or not.
No,
one thing I learned in the military is it's very important to do one thing. Make a decision. It's better than making a decision is just as good as making the bad decision, right? Because you've made a damn decision. So on that offensive line, even if you don't know if it's the correct lineup, stick to that lineup. Don't just pull them after a quarter or a bad play. Because look, I'm going to say it, Jaden Roberts not being out there when we're trying to run the ball is almost criminal, in my opinion. Just going to say it. So I don't know what was said behind the scenes in the locker room because I'm not there.
Yeah.
But I can tell you right now, there was a lot of indecisiveness going on because when I see it rotating for 10 straight weeks, like you guys said, or 11 straight weeks or 12 straight weeks, that tells me as a fan one thing. There's a lot of back and forth going on between these coaches and these players. Because otherwise, why are you still rotating these guys? Shouldn't somebody be in charge of making a decision and sticking with it? I don't know.
Last question for me. Facts, B. Shaw. Last question for me. We understood Wilkin had his struggles, right? We understood James Smith didn't have great production, even though he had 11 hurries, which is more than anybody on your team. Yeah. From the inside, from the 3. But hey, what do I know? You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna say if they all play better at their new destinations? What same as Justice, same as Emmanuel Henderson,
Earl Little.
If they all play better, what are you gonna say then? What's your excuse then?
It shouldn't be no excuse after that. At some point, you're gonna have to not look at the players. You're gonna have to look at the coaching.
Look, they put a target on their back the moment they got rid of none of the coaches and they got rid of the players. To me, that sent a signal. I know Jamarcus Shepard left. That wasn't them firing Jamarcus Shepard. He left. That wasn't an option. So they made the option to keep everybody that supposedly struggled in their position group and got rid of the players. So that tells me that all responsibility on your hand must have thought it should have been on the players and not the coaching staff. So God help you if it doesn't show up this year.
I'm so glad that y'all, you know what? I'm so glad y'all pointed that out because I really ain't thought about that when nobody was let go. Because the second I hear somebody point out a player, shut the F up. You just shut the F up. At some point, it can't just be the players.
Say it again, Brinsky.
It can't just be the players at some point. Can we at least point at the problem? Like, y'all keep want to blame it on somebody else and they go somewhere else and ball. I'm telling you right now, I love James Smith. Quay was just hurt, and I still love Quay. Don't let them boys go up to Ohio State and ball. I promise you.
I'm just gonna sit like
I'm gonna
this.
have to call out.
Keon Keeley
like this.
Oh, Keon's about to go off. I know he's about to go off at Notre Dame. I know,
God, bro. Sorry, Coach Shawn.
That's a given. If he doesn't go off, I'll be the first one to apologize. But I know he's about to go off at Notre Dame. But no here, no there. Everybody is right now because no games have been played.
You're right. Now,
but go ahead.
Brinsky, I will say this. The one that will piss me off the most, sorry for the language, but the one that will literally put me over the edge. I know. The one that will set me over the edge the most is God help if Will Conformby goes to Texas A&M
and play well and get all conference.
Plays well and ends up all SEC. I'm burning my house to the ground, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to young Noah who finna go up to Georgia Tech with Justice and Bach and do big things.
Whole squad over there with Brent Key.
Yeah.
Coaching matters.
Hey, hey, okay. That's why I say everybody right now. Everybody got all their takes and everything. I know for a fact that we will admit when we are wrong. I just hope you guys give us the courtesy to at least say, you know what? I was wrong on this. Whoever had these takes on whoever. Because everybody sound right now because the rubber ain't met the road yet.
You're right.
But we gonna see. But appreciate everybody coming up in here. Yeah. Can't wait for to talk about this. I know Sunday doing another show, Senior Bowl preview on all the guys that's coming down there. I am ecstatic that Ruben Bain is coming down there. Pun is gonna be down there.
I say Pun's gonna be there,
Yep, man. I was like, my God. I'm gonna at least try to get at least a picture with these guys. I don't know because I know everybody gonna be all on them and everything. Just let me get a picture, man. Just let me get a picture with you. And then I'm gonna be like, I pray to God you're on my team. So, but I'm gonna let the guys shout out their channel and we're gonna get up out of here. But we can start with you, Bishop.
Yeah. Hey man, big salute to Hall of Fame Jason and Coach Riggs and Piano Man. And shout out to my main man, Coach Hayes. We're doing WREs. Man, Miami was thick. They just didn't have enough. But a big salute for what type of heart you brought to that game. Because you could have quit because they were pounding you and y'all kept stepping up. So, hey, big salute. And, hey, I just know that I'm just thankful for Brinsky for allowing me to share my knowledge and just understand, hey, now the formula has been set for the new dispensation. And it's funny. It goes back to the old ways of playing football. It's time. Hey, you can't argue with it when it gets proven.
Yeah.
Facts.
Find me on the Bama Standard. There every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Central Time, talking recruiting, transfer portal, and all that good stuff. So, at JLewis851X. Obviously, appreciate the invite, Brinsky. Obviously, Coach Shawn, Bishop. Shout out to Tez, Nick at Water Cooler. You know what I mean? Jason over there at Hall of Fame. Obviously, everybody at the Bama Standard, too, with Marvin and Justin, all those cats. Coach Carl, you know what I mean? All the usuals, even if they're Auburn fans. But no, I appreciate everybody in the chat from, Twist, I see you in there, man. Chris, Anitra, I believe, was in here. You know what I mean? I haven't seen Lisa in a while. Obviously, Lynn, I've seen him. So, yeah, just everybody, putting in, even Bevo's bodyguard. You know what, brother? I like it. So, it's great when you get on here and have a conversation and debate and not take it personal, right? So, I tend to try to see both sides and try to make those arguments for both sides. And it's nice to know you can get on somewhere and actually do that without people taking it personal. So, because I'm just a fan that loves talking college football, and that's it.
Me too.
So leave it at that. So, the Bama Standard.
Yeah, man, I agree with John. I agree with Bishop, man. Thank you to Brinsky for letting us come on and just talk football, man. We don't really have no script. We just talk football. The chat make it always great. Roll Tide, the Twister, and Lynn, and everybody in there, man, who always come on and give us give us something to talk about, man. All the people in the chat, Kimberly and Latoya, you know, always up in here, give us good content to talk about. You know, the good thing about this game we all love, man. You know, you have wins and losses, right? Happy and sad, happy and angry. It just, I think that's why we all love it so much, right? You know, as a Bama fan, really quickly, I can honestly say, and if I'm being truthful, we won so damn much. I think I became a meathead fan too, a wine and cheeser, right? I ain't gonna go to that damn game. I watch it at home. You know, we won so much. Shout out to OG Ephraim. That appreciate you, Twister. Always, my brother. We won so much, man. We became spoiled. Me too. Right? And it really let you see what Coach Saban done here is not the norm. I think Brinsky say it all the time. Brinsky probably been the most level-headed out of all of us. It ain't the norm, bro. Right? I know we won so much. It feel like it can never be bad, right? Well, now we seeing it wasn't that it was normal. We just were us. We was up here. Now we down a few notches, and it don't feel good. It don't feel good, right? But here's the thing, man. I'm gonna stand behind this coaching staff. You know, I don't have to understand. Shout out to Christian. What's up, Christian? Roll Tide to my brother, man. I don't have to understand what the staff is doing. None of us do, right? Because none of us work for that university. You guys will be held accountable from the fan base to earn that paycheck. That's just what it is, man. And we're gonna be right there to support you. We'll never criticize a young man and be personal. I always said keep it to the football. I respect that. You know, we don't have to agree, right? But we can disagree respectfully. And at the end of the day, man, the season gonna come back around, and we'll know if all these moves were in the right direction or were they not in the right direction. Because with the schedule that we play, especially on the back end, it's gonna show itself. What's my motto? You can't hide. You can't hide from it, right? You still gonna have South Carolina. You still gonna have with LSU. You still gonna have Georgia. It's coming. It's coming. You still gonna have Florida State coming back down here, right? I think Brinsky said you're gonna either me or do a barbecue, one of the two. You know, ain't no hiding from it. You know, ain't none. So we'll see. For me, the truth is always in the details of it. You know, and I can't say nothing but that. It's Roll Tide forever. Thank you all in the chat for coming. You can definitely find me at JMHO Sports Talk. That's JMHO, just my humble opinion. Sports Talk on Twitter and YouTube. Much love to all our Wu-Tang clan that's scattered all over the internet. All them guys. Big Bishop, you know, it's always a pleasure, man. I listen to y'all on Piano Man every time I see you. John, I be in your chat, whether you know it or not, even when I can't comment. Listening, be sharp. I see wherever you see you at, I'm on there, right? Hitting the like button, trying to share it with somebody. So shout out to all our Alabama content creators, man. Keep doing your thing. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys make this possible. Roll Tide to you all.
And of course, everybody, y'all, I'm just Brinsky Sharp. I'm just hosting and giving my little input, just a little input, not too much, just a little input, just talking with my brothers about some college football or whatever, man. Appreciate everybody coming in. And one thing that Coach Shawn said that I want everybody to go into the next season with, everybody has an opinion.
Yeah.
We can all respect everybody's opinion.
Facts.
I can promise you, we can all, you know how many times we disagree up here? And it's always respectful and it's love. I'm like, bro, this is just what we think. We can be wrong. It's okay, bro. We don't have all the answers. I promise you.
Coach Shawn, how many times did I go against you on Garrett Nussmeyer?
Man, 1,000. You know what I mean? And John ended up being right. You know, I don't know where he gonna get drafted at, but
to be fair, he will be at the Senior Bowl, and he will be healthy. I believe he will be healthy. To be fair, he wasn't healthy.
Stop making it. You know I was right, no matter what.
No, I believe you're doing right. Everybody has a down year, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm just messing with you.
Yo, yeah, but it's gonna
Facts.
be interesting.
Hey,
I ain't
Brent.
gonna lie, it's gonna be really, really interesting when
Yeah.
it comes down to the Senior Bowl,
Stan.
especially when they start passing the ball. That's what I can't wait to see. And the
What you saying,
director said he left 2 spots open for a reason. But
What Bishop was saying something.
no, go ahead, my fault.
Yeah, I just wanted to one of the ladies that are killing it in the game is Real Flaw. Went over 3,000. So
Okay.
for all the ladies in the chat, hey, you want someone to take a look at to get started with? Hey, we need you. Believe it or not, we need all type of perspectives because the game is changing and everybody's opinion counts. That's all.
Facts, man.
Yeah, man. Everybody's opinion
Facts.
matters. That's all I'm saying. Just don't say no asinine shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. You say some bullshit that don't make absolutely no sense. I'm just gonna be like, all right, bro, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna be honest. That shit bothers me. When I just like, okay, I may not agree with you, but just don't say nothing. Just straight up stupid. Stupid.
Yeah.
That aggravates me more than anything. But make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button before we get up out of here. And one of the things that I want to just throw all the way under the bus, that I don't mind throwing all the way under the bus, is those good old Auburn Tigers, throwing them all the way under the bus, because I believe they was one of those teams. And I'm going to call out the fans one more time on this subject. A certain group of fans that were calling Cam Coleman the #1 receiver in this conference was the same people when he walked out the door talking about, we want experience over potential.
Oh my God.
I don't know how you thinking of potential when a motherfucker is literally you saying is the best wide receiver in the conference. But I'm going to leave that there. My man about to just have, I don't know how many yards on y'all this year.
Watch him this year.
I can guarantee you he's going to have over 1,000
with an actual quarterback.
But I just want to just always talk trash about Auburn. F them. Y'all already know. F them trees. F them all. I don't care. If they get mad, don't care. Fanboys, F them. Catch y'all on the next one and roll damn tide.
F Tennessee. F Tennessee.